All right, again, I'm here at Margaret in Arlington, Texas at Mr. Gonzales. Just kind of a quick overview. You can see how much wind damage we're talking about. And looking around the neighborhood, that house has one missing shingle. And I've been on some of these other roofs, I have not seen any. So that just kind of goes to show that this is going to happen again if we try to make a repair. I did want to point out, you notice the two layers of tarp. When we here originally, we did the emergency tarping. The inspector, even though I had photos, the inspector made me tear off the tarp, and it left holes on the bottom. So then we had to go back over it again to ensure that there's not leaking on the inside. This is one of the older shingles. You can see it's a completely different design than the new shingles. They changed that, I believe, in 2008 or 9. I have to look at the documentation, but and you can see this is like concrete. It's never going to adhere again. And this is some shrapnel of some of the shingles that did blow off, and you can see how weak the tabs are, and that just kind of goes to show that they're compromised when you're going to try to manipulate it at all. It is high profile ridge throughout. There is some ridge vent, and then you can see the areas around the vents would need to be replaced because there is hail damage. There is things up here that I think are hail damage because it is an old and brittle roof, but more importantly, I just don't think this roof is repairable. We've got all slopes that have need of repair. Again, you can see that's a shingle that's left behind, but you can see the delamination of it, which kind of goes with the repairability. Some of this may already be beating a dead horse, but where I removed the shingle, you can see the shingles above it and the compromise, the tear. And then, as we talked about here, you've got a repair, and then you can see those. This was about a year ago. These are never sealing. So if we were to make a repair on this roof, we would be right back out, and I believe we'd both have one unhappy client. And then back over here on the front, we're trying to remove this shingle. Again, we had to go into this slope because of where the missing shingles were. Trying to remove this shingle, you can see the tear and the one above it. You can see the delamination, and then even the two shingles above it, you got the delamination. So just strongly feel this is just too brittle to do a repair, especially when we're talking almost half the roof. So thank you, and I appreciate your consideration. Okay, we're here on the front slope. Obviously, with where we had the wind damage all along the ridge here, we had to repair the emergency repair. We had to come into this slope. So these shingles are compromised because of the protecting of the interior of the house. But so we'll do a repairability test on this slope as well. I need a tripod or something. I'm not the best at this, so forgive me. But so we'll see how these shingles look on this slope. Come up relatively easy, which is not always a good thing for obvious reasons. So we were able to get that shingle, but we'll look at kind of the damage done to the other. So just from removing this shingle, again, very little adhesiveness. You can see the delamination, the tear here, and then even a row above, you're starting to get the delamination, you know. And in Texas, in the summertime, a 15-year-old roof is just too brittle and not repairable, especially in this circumstance, in my opinion. All right, I'm over here on the back slope, and you can see there was a previous repair here, obviously the different shingle, and this was about a year ago, I believe. And you can see on the new shingles, you've got nice good seals. But where the new shingles meet the old shingles, they're not adhering from the original manipulation. You can just see, because there's just not that adhesive strip. And you can see this is one of the areas that was wind damaged, and you can tell the reason it was weak in this spot, again, because the new shingles didn't adhere to the old shingles didn't adhere to the new shingles, because those seals, again, I think are 15 years old. Still on the back slope here, this was the shingle repair attempt. So we removed this shingle, but again, you can see the delamination of the shingles here. Even one step above, you see how frayed the edges are. So all that manipulation is going to cause, and then also just from removing this shingle, you see the brittleness and the tear in the shingle above it. So it's one of those things that it's just, once you start, there's really nowhere to stop with being able to ensure a proper repair. All right, back here on the left slope, second attempt, had technical issues yesterday. So, but anyway, so on this left slope, again, this is the most damaged slope. So there's going to be a lot of shingles replaced. So we're replacing this shingle right here. Comes up pretty easy, pretty brittle. You can see the shingle above it is becoming delaminated just from removing this shingle. Got to get up to the nails here. Still not quite there. All right. Finally got that shingle out. We're still recording, good. All right, so this was the shingle we would have to replace. We've removed that. And if this was one that we didn't have to replace, you can see it's delaminating just from the manipulation on that shingle. And then up here, you've got loose shingles that aren't going to adhere, and I think I've shown enough of that. This adhesive strip is never going to reseal again. But again, you got We lost the shingle. You've got, it's just a snowball effect, unfortunately. So this roof on all slopes is not repairable, in my professional opinion. There is one more thing I wanted to show with the wind damage that the homeowner pointed out. Most of this, I think we can get away with detaching and resetting the gutters. But I did want to show you how it has blown loose. So I think especially the left elevation needs full replacement. And then I'll get some better pictures here in just a second. On the eaves here, you can see that the gutters do go into the drip edge. So we would need to replace the drip edge by detaching and resetting. And then I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but you do have the felt that's underneath the drip edge. So that's another reason we'd have to replace the drip edge on the eaves.